Hi, I'm Niall from Gulfstream Boat Sales. We're on the water today in Lough Erne, County Fermanagh, and we are sea trialing this beautiful Maxum 2000 SR3 bowrider. This boat has just come from our workshop down here. It's been serviced and tested, ready for her new owners, and it's just getting put through her paces on the water now this afternoon before we bring it up to the showroom for a full valet and detail. So it is a wee bit sort of end of season condition, does need a real good compound polish and clean and valet, but it will be getting that in the next week or two. But for now, we're going to put it through its paces on the water and show you exactly how this boat performs underway. Please excuse the dirt, it is a bit grubby here at the moment, but that's just because it's come out of the workshop and hasn't been cleaned yet. But it's fitted with a MerCruiser 5 litre MPI, so 5 litre fuel injected, 260 horsepower stern drive engine, twin battery system. That's matched up to an Alpha 1 stern drive with a 4-blade 20-inch pitch prop. So we'll show you how the boat runs. Because it's an MPI, obviously turnkey starting. So let's get out on the lake. So we're out on the lake now, and I'll just walk you through the dash quickly before we get underway here. Just show you the instruments. So this is all the original instruments. Now there are a couple that aren't working, but I'll walk you through them. Voltmeter's working, she's showing 14 volts, so she's charging okay. This is the engine temperature sitting in the middle of the gauge, which is where you want it. This is our digital depth sounder, giving us the depth of water in feet onto the keel. That's working. This is your rev counter. Now the tacho's not working, but it has a built-in hour clock which is working, so it's 138.2 hours on the clock at the moment, but the actual rev counter part of that's not operational. Speedo is working. Oil pressure gauge, again sitting in the middle of the gauge where you want it. Fuel gauge is operational, and the trim gauge, which gives you the angle of the stern drive, it's currently not working, so it might be either the gauge or a sender issue, but other than that, everything else is working. So we'll keep an eye on temperatures, pressure, and you'll see our speed here, and also we've got our GPS speed on the Garmin as well, this Garmin GPS map 551. Now it doesn't have any charts of Fermanagh in here, so we've no chart detail, but it does have, it's actually the coastal charts I think, but it does give us our GPS speed, so we can keep an eye on that as well as the boat speedo. And then we've our switch gear down here, which we can go through in more detail back at the showroom. Okay, so throttle and shift lever falls easily to hand. You got a nice little recessed armrest here. We've got forward, neutral and reverse. It's well balanced, and obviously because this is an MPI engine, it's turnkey starting, automatic idle speed control. You don't have to pump the throttle or anything to get it to go, which is nice. So let's put the boat on plane, take it up to sort of normal cruising speed, and we'll do a full speed run as well. So drive is trimmed down, here we go. She gets up on plane quickly, you don't lose sight of the horizon, stays nice and level. This is us sort of cruising. This is going to be around about 3,000 RPM. We're doing 23 knots, just under 30 miles an hour. This is going to be your typical cruising speed. Boat tracks nicely, throttle stays where you put it. Great visibility through the centre of the windscreen as well when I'm sitting down on the helm seat. And let's do a full speed run. So there you go. This boat runs really well. Flat out, we were getting, if I had held it at it a bit longer, I probably would have got a bit more speed out of it, but we got 43 point something knots on the GPS, and it was reading 55 miles an hour on the speedo. Now I think that's slightly optimistic. I think 43 knots is around about 50 miles an hour, but it's definitely doing 50 miles an hour, no problem at all. We're not hitting the rev limiter, so it's propped well with that 20 pitch prop on it, and great performance. Feels really planted in the water because it is 20 foot long. You know, it's bigger than a lot of your entry level bow riders, so it does feel nice and solid in the water. It's well planted, keeps the nose down, tracks well through the turns as well, and felt nice and smooth whenever we were cutting back over our own wake. So yeah, this is a really impressive, fun boat to drive. Gets up on plane quickly, 50 mile an hour top end, and doing everything it's supposed to do. So we'll put it on the plane again now, doing on a few turns and stuff like that, and then we'll head back into shore. So there you go, that's how the The Maxum 2000 SR3 runs on the water. It goes great with that 5 litre MPI engine, 260 horsepower, Alpha 1 stern drive, 4-blade, 20-inch pitch prop. Running really well, great handling through the turns, lovely performance, 50 miles an hour plus top end speed. And you know, with the wakeboard tower and the covers, the black and white hull colour scheme, is a really smart looking boat. We're going to get it back up to the showroom now, today. We're going to get it cleaned, polished, valeted and detailed, and it'll be looking like a brand new boat by the time we're finished with it. There's only 138 hours on the clock as well, so stay tuned for the full showroom video tour, and keep an eye out for the listing going live on our website in the next week or two. Thanks for watching. Hope you found this sea trial video interesting.